I'm pretty sure everyone's a Turtles fan. And if you're not, well, I don't think you have a soul. See? Told ya. But usually the questions are, 1, how big of a Turtles fan are you? And 2, what version of the Turtles do you like? Me? Not that big of a fan. I mean, some people collect all the toys, shirts, and miscellaneous items. I haven't gotten there yet. I still haven't gotten that big of a game collection yet. And 2003. I mean, the 90s series is the original and is good, but it's too kid-friendly and has those weird human animations that all old cartoons have. But I can't lie, the live-action movies released around this time were pretty good. Just don't look up what the costumes look like now if you don't want your childhood ruined. Probably should have put a spoiler up. Then there's a newer version, which is just a Teen Titans Go ripoff, with the movies having a weird art style and an all-star cast like Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd, Ice Cube, John Cena, holy shit. Damn, you think they could have had anyone? Holy shit, they had Jackie Chan? Oh, those spoiled brats. But I digress. Then there's 2012. I mean, this was the one for my generation, which did have a pretty good series and a weird CGI / live action movie. But 2003 just clicked for me. With it being a heavy focused action cartoon like most of the cartoons that came out in the late 90s and early 2000s. It also had an overarching story and a darker tone, which are things I enjoy out of a cartoon. I prefer it when cartoons treat kids like they're older and not babying me. Well, that was until the corporate suits started changing those guidelines in all of cartoons.
That's crazy talk!
It's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk. Sorry.
Anyways, yeah, I enjoyed this show until corporate started putting their fist down and they had to make a bunch of changes, which led them to using gimmicks like Fast Forward and Back to the Sewer, which ironically is when the show moved from Foxbox to CW4 Kids, which, yeah, that's what they get for ending Kids WB, those bastards. Also, when doing research, I found out there was a 2007 movie called TMNT, which was the first attempt at a complete CGI for the series. And my thoughts on it? Well, I don't have thoughts about it because I just found out about it. I watched this show when it was on Nicktoons. What? I couldn't watch it when it was on Foxbox. I was born during a massive power outage in 2003 that left the whole country on the east side of the Mississippi without power. I also didn't have a fully functional brain when the show was running. I mean, I still don't now, but I digress. I just like the animation, the set pieces, the stories, and I did watch the 2012 series from time to time, and well, that's it. But this channel is mainly video games, not TV shows. This isn't a Nostalgia Critic ripoff. This is an Angry Video Game Nerd ripoff. No, actually, I prefer more of Scott the Woz ripoff. But I couldn't play any good games. I did have access to the PS2 and mobile games, but those are crappy licensed games. And the good to those games are on NES and SNES, which I don't have those consoles. I do have an N64, but Turtles never came out for that, and I only have GoldenEye 007, Mario Party, and Pilot Wings. So, yeah, I guess I'm at a roadblock, and I have no idea what to do.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
Shredder's Revenge.
That will work. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge came out on June 16th, 2022, and is a spiritual successor to the original arcade game from 1989 by Konami, with this one being developed by Tribute Games, with it being a side-scrolling action beat-em-up with a pixelated art style, which helps it stand out in the sea of quad-A cinematic masterpieces. Hold on, let me re-say that again. Masterpieces. Well, that and live service games that have no right being live service. Suicide Squad. Now, Shredder's Revenge isn't a full 12-hour, 10 out of 10 Game of the Year masterpiece. It's 9 out of 10. I would say it's a nice palate cleanser, and it's a game you can complete in one sitting, with the main campaign taking 2 to 3 hours to complete. But I would play this in between Spider-Man 2, so whenever I felt Spider-Man would drag on, which, if you haven't watched this video, it does, I would switch over to it. Plus, with PS Plus Extra, I could switch over to that game for free, right? Wrong. I got the physical version, which I would get for free because I got it during Black Friday, and GameStop had their buy two get one pre-owned deal. But still, why would I do that? Well, duh. I got the art booklet and stickers with it. This is why I'm still a virgin. Anyways, on to the game, which isn't an easy game. Since this is based off the retro beat-em-ups, they're harder. Lots of video games were harder back then. I played the Crash trilogy, and well, I got stuck on one level, and I haven't touched it since. Now, this game has a steep learning curve. Jesus Christ! You know how much it's gonna cost to fix that shit? With this, you have to learn different combos, different types of enemies and their weapons, the different bosses and their attack patterns, and the different obstacles to avoid. Not to mention, since this is in 2D, the depth perception is tricky to get. And when there's a bunch of enemies on screen, you're bound to get hit. There's also different attributes with range, speed, and power on a rating from 1 to 3 stars, with each character, which I'm surprised I haven't mentioned them yet this far in the video: Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, April, Splinter, and after playing the game, Casey Jones. There's also a DLC called Dimension Shock that gives you Kara and Usagi, but I don't have that, so where was I? Oh yeah, the ratings. So each character will have a different style. Leo will be your balanced, while Don will give you great range, but will be slow. April will have fast speed, but couldn't land a KO punch. And Casey, well, Casey's your OP character that everyone online chooses. And as for the story of this game, which there is, it's not that big. Well, it's just chase after the parts of Krang's suit while dealing with the Foot Clan and the different characters from the series, like Bebop, Rocksteady, Baxter Stockman, King Rat, and of course, Krang and Shredder. I mean, after all, it's called Shredder's Revenge. After that, there is an arcade mode, which is a continuous mode with fewer lives and on harder difficulties. And that's about it when it comes to the modes, but there's still a lot of detail in this game, with there being different collectibles like VHS tapes, bugs, punk frogs, secret diaries, crystal shards, and the neutrons from Dimension X. There's also detail in the animations, from falling into sewers with text bubbles, turtles getting flattened by cars, and the different taunts and victory animations from the characters. And the soundtrack with this game is one of my favorite soundtracks, and you'll probably hear it a lot going forward with this channel, with it being based off old soundtracks from like the 16 and 32-bit games. They also have some more modern songs thrown in there, with the likes of John, how do I say your name? This guy, Mike Patton, and Mega Man. And I would be amiss if I didn't mention Ghostface Killah and Raycron's theme for Shredder's first boss level, We Ain't Come to Lose.
Nice to meet you, now I'm here to beat you with full force. Mess up your facial features. Hasta la vista, I'm selling all your little Caesars.
And that's it? Well, there's also Cowabunga Collection by Konami, which remasters the first 13 games from 1989 to 1994 that range from home console to the arcade cabinets to even the Game Boy. I don't have that one because I haven't found it out in the wild, and it's not well received like Shredder's Revenge, which is a very good game. I mean, there are barely any more beat-em-ups coming out in today's gaming landscape, unlike the 90s, and it brings a fresh breath of air to today's gaming. And I recommend it. If you have PS Plus Extra or Xbox Game Pass, you can get it for free. If not, it's only $25 for the digital and physical edition. And yeah, I'm basically done. What? I don't have any sappy, heartfelt, cheesy quote or feeling or ideology about this game. I had it for less than 6 months at this time. So, shit, how do I end this? Here's the soundtrack from episode 3, Mutant over Mayhem level. Bye!
In the game, no doubt we tough at how we got these cowards running home. And I'm like, what I got here frontin'? These crews get rock steady. We playing faster than bebop. Gillespie with the technique.